What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everyone's having a great day. We're going to run through some recent news for Casper Network and its native token CSPR. First up, we can see that Casper Labs will be attending the Raise Summit that's taking place in 2 days, the enterprise gateway to generative AI's future. So the Raise Summit is a gathering of 1,500 global leaders dedicated to exploring the transformative power of generative AI in the corporate world. So this will be taking place right in Paris. We can see all the speakers. Definitely have some big groups here, including Salesforce, Amazon Web Services. You can click all speakers and see different partners. NVIDIA, we know Casper Labs was just at the NVIDIA conference. Accenture, you have Casper there. We have AWS, Google Cloud, Oracle, a lot of big providers. And there are the usual big groups like Tencent. We also see Tesla right there. When we look at the speakers here, we can see Renault, the CEO. We also have Sham right here for IBM. And friendly reminder, we mentioned this 2 videos ago. If you haven't seen it, Casper Labs has all the contracts signed with IBM. IBM's been around for over 100 years, and Casper Network is actually an embedded service in IBM's tech stack. There are plenty of potential catalysts that can act like that, we just don't know when. And of course, IBM using Casper Network for AI governance is a huge deal, but until we actually see it running on mainnet and actually live, we can't really do anything. We also shared in recent videos, probably within the last week, IBM Cloud and some of their customers. The question is, which customers will be using IBM and watsonx in the LLM? We already mentioned Archax as well as Medico leveraging IBM Cloud. And there are full interviews, even webinars explaining and showing the actual use case of Casper Network being used for AI governance with watsonx and IBM Cloud. So Casper Labs is a real company trying to build real solutions. We know their connections with a variety of groups such as IBM. So they're a real company. I don't understand why people on Twitter everywhere are just calling it a rug pull. They've explained in detail why they've taken the time to build their own virtual machine from scratch. Rug pulls just leverage the EVM, easy peasy. You have easy onboarding, you have tons of liquidity from retail investors, all types of things. And of course, price action is super boring, but I mean, if we go to $1, people are still going to call it a rug pull no matter what. They're working with Actis, one of the top 3 data standards in the entire world. They co-hosted another Davos with the Financial Times, one of the most reputable groups in finance. Now, there are plenty of scams in this space, but people that are calling Casper a rug pull are either investors and they're just pissed off with price action, or they've just seen certain pieces of news and they've never actually done their own due diligence. They have backing by Tim Draper, Skybridge Capital, Al Mascari Holdings, which is connected to the royal family of Abu Dhabi, OpenEXO, which is absolutely huge. We have Siemens, all types of things, so I don't get it. They have integrations with BitGo, one of the qualified custodians. I don't think it's a scam, I just think price action has been absolutely terrible. The same thing with Actis and Nucleus Finance on top of Casper, so we've seen some transactions on the testnet. I just want to see activity on the mainnet. And the markets they're going after are very big, even according to the CEO of Nucleus Finance, who was formerly at Goldman Sachs. Financial contracts are a $50 trillion market. And really quick, looking at the Casper price chart on the monthly time frame compared to other assets, the monthly RSI hasn't done anything. It has plenty of room to run with the bullish case. We have not woken up, nothing has changed. We've been bouncing between 2.2 cents to a little over 6 cents. We're in this range until we actually break the structure, either below or into highs. Breaking out of accumulation, there's nothing to talk about. Every time I go 2 weeks or a month without making a dedicated video, people say, oh no, have you given up on this asset? It's the same thing since 2018. No, there's just no change in structure. And in theory, I know I could just do basic videos reading through news, but I don't find that valuable. I'd much rather go through the news developments and share some connections. So friendly reminder, if I ever go a little time without doing a dedicated video on any asset, algo, etc., energy web token, it doesn't mean I've given up on the asset. I'm just covering other things. We can see Link on the right as an example. RSI is at the lows and eventually got the break. We know HBAR, DOT, they've broken out of accumulation, somewhat consolidating on the top of this range. RSI has also crossed the 50 line. Casper's monthly RSI is around 35, 36. It hasn't done anything. It does, in theory, have tons of room to run in the bullish case. And I like the monthly RSI just comparing other assets where they've reached overbought like Ocean, Bitcoin, Injective, Render, etc. because it just shows it has plenty of room to run, and when the momentum's at this high, it doesn't mean it's the top. It can run significantly more. So as explained in previous videos, we had the XRPL AMM. I wanted to do an intro video because I said I was going to, so that was a priority. Along with the recent news of the Ripple stablecoin, which we had to cover. There's still a bunch of HBAR news that I need to cover. And I already explained why I did a lot of charting videos recently, because the similarity of the market structure to previous cycles when Bitcoin was here in December of 2020, even early 2017, when it first broke into all-time highs and came back down. So I wanted to show the similarities in structure and prioritize those videos because that shows the performance of different altcoins at this point, of different crashes and when we get that strong retrace. So that for me was a big priority recently because that actually covers and addresses many alts instead of just one. And I also wanted to cover Hashpack since March, and I still have a bunch of other things. We'll also dive into the Casper price chart targeting 24 cents by CryptoKitty. I want to cover some development activity and a few other pieces of news. And super quick, we have iTrustCapital linked in the top of this YouTube video description for anybody interested in creating a crypto 401k or a crypto Roth IRA for tax-free gains. At the end of March, I did my monthly iTrustCapital video, and I did see a request in YouTube asking to go through a variety of assets available on iTrustCapital. So I did a 20, almost 30-minute video going through every single asset available on iTrustCapital and looking at the price chart and considering my overall thesis for the market. And I already see people making conspiracies saying, why did you say 33? There is no riddle or conspiracy about it. There are literally 33 assets available for trading that are crypto-based on iTrustCapital. So I could just count through all of them. There are exactly 33. There are more if you consider gold and silver. So there's no conspiracy. I said 33 in the thumbnail because there are literally 33. I didn't think about it. I should have just said 30 plus. I can't keep up with half the comments I've seen. I've seen some really wild comments before. But anyways, iTrustCapital is linked in the video description. I've had a Roth IRA with them since 2020 in January. I was previously with BitIRA, but the fees were more expensive and iTrustCapital's free. So iTrustCapital has 0 monthly fees. There's no custodian fees, hidden management fees. There is just a 1% transaction fee whenever you buy and sell. If you're holding for the long term, you're not paying anything whatsoever. The 1% transaction fee is similar to other exchanges like Coinbase, but with Coinbase, you're paying taxes on gains for short-term and long-term capital gains, rather than within a 100% tax-free Roth IRA. So it was a fit for me because before I put this money into crypto, I had my Roth IRA in the S&P. So the point being, we have a decent amount of assets available on iTrustCapital. I would like to see Casper and many other assets available. So one thing that we can do is keep tabs on Coinbase, Coinbase Custody, Fireblocks, all types of integrations. I would like to see closer to 100 different assets available on iTrustCapital. I know the CEO, Kevin Maloney, has also said that in interviews. Next up, we have shared by CryptoKitty. This is the Casper price chart on the monthly time frame. So we can see each candle is a month period. So this is not the tomorrow price chart. And this is a really good page sharing quality information. This is not hype, it is just showing key levels. Notice Casper's been in this accumulation range from 3 to 6 cents. I say just 2.2 to 6 cents. It's just this fat range. There's nothing you can do until we see it break structure. It's been ranging for almost 700 days. It seems like a lot, but it's not unheard of. Pointing out Doge, almost 700 days. Filecoin, almost 700 days. Chainlink, around 500 days before breaking out to the upside. So he also says Casper needs a catalyst to break this range. Once broken, the road to 20 to 24 cents will come faster than most could imagine. So 24 cents, looking at the monthly and the weekly, just the big picture. Even if you don't believe in technical analysis, I think it's super important for everybody to look at the monthly and the weekly price chart, looking at all the price history. And you can see the nice clean levels he shared. Candle bodies, monthly time frame. We have wicks right there, monthly time frame. The wick up there for 24 cents. And he says long accumulation ranges tend to build up energy, and when the range breaks, they run hard. So that's the common phrase, the longer the base, the higher in space. And there are different assets with different structures, but there's still an accumulation or consolidation, just completely ranging. So this is a left zero. It's been almost 800 days. So for anybody brand new to the crypto asset class, it sucks, it's boring, but this is just what happens, and you're going to experience this if you've experienced multiple cycles. So definitely be sure to follow CryptoKitty if you haven't already. He's been sharing quality information even throughout the bear market, charting a variety of assets, including Render, which is already at an all-time high. So Render's at an all-time high price. CryptoKitty's been covering this one forever. I've been trading it with bots since 2022. Hindsight, of course, is 2020. I wish I actually just went super heavy at the lows, but let's hope that Casper can follow some other assets. And looking at sentiment.net, looking at the screener and sorting by 30-day development activity from highest to lowest, as you scroll down, we can see Casper is at least finally in the top 50, just above API 3. So previously, I think there were some issues with how their GitHub was sourced. Keep in mind, as we've shared multiple times per a variety of comments, all of the sentiment development activity is only from the public repositories that are actually synced. So for other chains that have private instances and hybrid networks like Casper, that is not even reported to this repository because this is only public information. So at least now we can see some development activity, which is good. I know people are just like, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. It's like, no, it's just a hybrid network. We can see Rose, Stellar, other assets, AVAX, tons of development activity, Cosmos, Ethereum, Kusama, Dot, and Hedera's right up there, next to Link, ADA, and Optimism. And big thank you to Chad for building some really cool thumbnails for me to use in the future. Got these ones this morning for Casper and different logos. If you ever have any design requests for a phone wallpaper, a thumbnail, an NFT, t-shirt, design, anything like that, feel free to reach out to him at ChadXAI on Twitter. Alright, let's see. We still have some other pieces of news. I'm just recording this all the way through and I'll trim it up, so hopefully this video is not too long. We've gone over a bunch over the past 2 years. Like, I've literally done over 100 plus videos going over Casper. There are some 20-minute videos where I share so much information going over almost everything. Or at least it feels like it. So until Casper breaks structure, there's really no point to talk about the price chart. If we go below 3 cents, I'm trying to improve my overall average entry and I'm going to be buying more. If we go to the cycle lows, I'm buying more. That's just what's right for me. Everybody has to do their own research and decide what's best for them, but I'd be buying more, and I'm waiting for the break of structure, breaking out of accumulation, ideally closing that 7-cent fair value gap. If we follow other assets that retrace just a little bit, breaking out of accumulation, like Polkadot and HBAR, that should be 7 to 10 cents at least. And of course, if Casper just ranges longer, Bitcoin finally breaks into a new cycle high like we've discussed for the previous cycles, a large weekly candle to the highs, 80k, 100k plus, there's a variety of assets that will likely follow behind just like we've seen every single cycle. And that's why I've done dedicated videos in the past to show examples of Bitcoin blasting the highs, alts playing catch up and being laggards in those cases, and some of them drawing much higher ROI than what Bitcoin could do. Looking at Casper's tokenomics today, we have the circulating supply right there, just under 12 billion, comparable to other assets. ADA, circulating supply, 35 billion, about 3 times bigger. XLM, 28 billion, HBAR, over 30 billion, even XDC is a little bit bigger than Casper in circulating supply. So looking at Casper's circulating supply today, 95% is in circulation. This is the max supply right now. There is an annual inflation rate of 8%. So today, the max supply is 12.5 billion. The max supply of other assets is levels above that. HBAR, I believe in it massively. It has a max supply of 50 billion, significantly more than Casper will ever reach, even in the coming decades. Considering current tokenomics, here are the market caps and prices of valuations if prices crash. Looking at above levels, we can see 1 billion, $2 billion market cap. XDC's all-time market cap, I believe, was around 2.1 billion, maybe a little higher. So right around the weekly R3 of 2023 for Casper on 17 cents. So this level is even below that. Reaching HBAR's all-time market cap of 7 billion, I believe HBAR goes far past 7 billion in the future. Algo's all-time market cap at 15 billion, that's $1 plus. And of course, entertaining crazy high prices in the future for other assets that have already reached these levels last cycle. We've gone over this a bunch over the past year. I'm just repeating myself for anybody brand new so they don't have to sift through a bunch of videos. Look at the circulating supply for these assets and their max supply. Many people believe ADA goes to $1, $5, $10, even HBAR. Looking at the 8% inflation rate, looking at the Casper supply, it won't even be close to those supplies of 50 billion for years and years and years. Even XLM hit 71 cents with a 23 billion circulating supply, so I should actually put it right there. Casper won't even have that supply until 2032. Of course, it's just interesting to consider that, and even what ADA did, reaching over $3 with a circulating supply of 32 billion, significantly larger than Casper today. Some think Casper goes to the moon, other people think Casper goes to zero, to each their own. I'm just pointing out the facts that we know. If Casper today reached the valuation that Solana and ADA did last cycle, that's $6 to $8 plus. Still highlighting these boxes like the Casper Labs CEO said when the public chain is expected to reach full capacity in the good case. Even here, looking at the total supply, still significantly far less than other assets, even looking at their circulating supply today, at least HBAR, XLM, and ADA. Anywhere from 28 to 35 billion, and even during this period, Casper won't be even close to that, 15 to 19 billion. We've also gone over many times how the APY, or the staking rewards, are calculated. It's based off this equation. It is not made up, it is variable. So provided the stake bonded stays between 50% to even 90%, these stake rewards should stay between 8.8% to even 16% APY, which auto compounds. And today we're right around 67% bonded, so the more this drops, the higher the stake rewards go. The more people that stake, the lower this goes. It's definitely stayed around 10%, if not a little higher like it is today for a while. I'm still keeping tabs on the mainnet for different transactions. I know people are familiar with Shibu, Wraps Casper, different inscriptions, along with Tornado Master. So we know that Jump Trade's NFT marketplace is live, Tornado Master. Brace yourself to experience the storm with passes minted on Casper Network. I saw Crypto Pioneer having an interview right here with Actus. So an in-depth Actus video and an interview with Dr. Willy Brammertz, chairman of the Actus Foundation, shared by Casper. We have Casper Labs' new VP of Product, Henry Guo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, but he has a very impressive background. This is a must-read blog if you haven't read it already. I don't want to read through it verbatim, but there's just really good information here with his background and what they're doing with Casper with AI. Thanks to OpenAI and ChatGPT and the generative AI boom, we can see large language models easily exceed 100 billion parameters. That's insane, and it's still growing. And the caliber of the Casper Labs employees are legitimate. You can go to Casper Labs and look at the team, go through their LinkedIn. So graduating from Carnegie Mellon, joined Cisco Systems after his MBA from Northwestern University. We can see Cisco in 2013 and then later at VMware for cloud management, so optimization of workloads and data across multiple clouds, both on-prem and in the public cloud. Even 4 years ago, I believe I worked with VMware because they were one of our vendors, so I'm by no means an expert in cybersecurity in cloud, but I have worked with cloud applications. A lot of guys that were twice my age were like my mentors when we were talking to company presidents or the CTO, and even to this day, I still feel like an idiot when a CTO is going too in-depth, especially even watching some interviews of people like diving deep into blockchain, but I have a high enough understanding and just learning more each day. Really good read, working with a bunch of practitioners, PhD researchers, Google, VMware, Microsoft. It was kind of like a motley crew, not really organized, so then he later entered the startup space. So definitely a really important read for those that already watched all the interviews and Gartner webinars. You should be familiar with this, and this is timely, as they say, with the new regulations being passed about large language models. For those interested, right on Casper Labs' YouTube channel, they're still uploading different clips from Davos, and some of these panels are just insane. There's so much information, much more than, I can fit or even just try to repeat in a YouTube video. Just quality information right from the source. Tokenization, energy sustainability, telecom, AI, all types of use cases. Gaming, marketing, healthcare, just really good information. Even if you hate Casper, this information is valuable just to get a better understanding of Web3. I really miss the X Frontier. Ray's an awesome dude. He's one of the few genuine people in this space. He's made quality content throughout the entire bear market when Bitcoin is at its lows. I think he deserves 10 times more views. I know he unfortunately lost his mom. He's a father, really good guy, so be sure to send him love, especially if he makes content in the future. It's important to keep your headspace clean. I mean, the last thing you need for all content creators, myself included, I read hateful and mean comments all day long. It's not really great for mental health on a daily basis for all content creators. The amount of hate and rude comments I see on a daily basis is insane. And I'm grateful for all the subscribers that watch the content, like the video, comment and share it around. I know it's been many ups and downs. I could do a whole podcast about a rant on this topic, but at the end of the day, there are some really good content creators in this space. They take a lot of time and hours of their time to make videos on YouTube, and it's free. I know you might have to watch ads. If you absolutely hate ads, that's how they monetize their content. And the monetization isn't crazy. It's not much money with ad revenue. But for many small channels, it's a lot of work. So if you want to support creators, you can watch their ads. If you don't want to watch any of their ads, it's 2024. You can use an ad blocker. I just have the YouTube Premium membership, so I don't watch any ads on videos. It's worth it for me, but to each their own. At the end of the day, you got to support the creators that you like. And every single person out there is going through something behind the scenes. We're all doing the best we can. Even the people that are really angry online, they're internally hurting as well. Anytime I've lashed out, even years ago, it was because I was internally struggling. So anyways, I'm probably going to lose subscribers from that rant, but oh well. So let's go over this as well. So Beast League, this is another project that is integrated with Casper. So we've talked about this group before, Beastcoin, aka BOIN, like Boin. We can see on Casper.network, episode 17, Shaping the Future of Entertainment, Web3 Meets Hollywood with Killer Whales, the TV show. So alongside Hello Labs, we have Joe Benzo and Matt Schaffnit of the Casper Association. I actually need to watch some episodes if they're live. I've been sleeping on this the past couple months, so I think they may have already launched, but correct me if I'm wrong. But educating and showcasing 20 to 25 Web3 projects each season. So kind of like a Shark Tank. It might be a little corny, but I'm pretty interested. Another thing I want to see for Casper Network is just more activity on the mainnet. I know they're building, and with different private networks, it's not going to be showing on the public network. And I'm also waiting for the Condor release and the documentation so that we can actually entertain a model with Casper. And again, typical FUD, just like in the XRP ecosystem with the stablecoin. Oh no, XRP is not needed. It's the same thing. Every single piece of news, Casper is needed. It is a utility token for every single transaction. Casper, the actual token, multiple tokens need to be locked up. So friendly reminder, these are just things I'd like to see on the mainnet. I'm not trying to FUD the project. So Mr. Casper share this, another great page on Twitter, so we can see the EU MiCA regulation that's coming into full force. Now, contrary to the SEC's belief, not every single asset is a security. There are payment tokens, there are utility tokens, there are many other types of assets that require new classification. We know that Casper and many other projects are right on the Hyperledger Foundation. Another piece of news that I was retweeting, specifically tweets from Meta warning that the Casper Labs Twitter was hacked. It seems like it's clear. Again, scams are common. Don't click anything that sounds too good to be true. Don't even click the link. These projects and different networks are getting hacked in their Discord, their Twitter, etc. I know it's not a good look. Don't click the links with fake airdrops or staking solutions. All of them are scams. If it sounds too good to be true, steer clear. So apparently third-party data breaches and eSIM swap. So I still have a few questions, but every single Twitter account, if you have a Twitter account, do not use SMS authentication for a text message. You can use a YubiKey that's linked in the video description. You can use Google two-factor authentication. Just make sure your Twitter is safe. There are hackers now that can just hack people's Discord, and it's super complex due to the sessions or something like that Meta has explained. Anybody can be hacked. If I'm ever tweeting weird links, you can ask if this is a scam. Don't even believe it. Don't click. Wait a little bit. Anybody can be targeted. That's why I have to regularly say on YouTube, post in the YouTube announcements or on Twitter, it's a scam. Do not trust fake social media accounts on X, Instagram, Telegram, Discord. If it's a kevincage number 7, that's not me. All of my actual handles are linked in my link tree under my verified Twitter, but even better is the verified YouTube channel with the check mark. So go to the verified YouTube channel with the check mark, and my social media handles are right there. These are my only handles. I might not be super active on all of them, but these are my only handles. Please confirm the social media handles and usernames. Sometimes they'll use an underscore or they'll use a character that looks really similar to trick you. If you fall for any of these scams, contact your local authorities right away. Do everything you can. And block and report every single account you see. So when I search my name on Twitter, I see a bunch of impersonators, but there are other accounts that actually block me. So luckily I can still see a good amount of usernames as we scroll down. So these are all impersonators, these are not me. I've seen every comment you can imagine, people thinking that I'm running bots and running these scams. I have much better things to do. You can contact the FBI, I've already talked to Forbes about this. We can see that Casper Labs will be a silver sponsor for Salt iConnections New York in 2024 coming up in May. So I'm very excited for Salt. We can see friendly market sharing, GoBot, like a ghost bot, your Casper trading companion. It is now possible to trade tokens on Casper Network using only your Telegram account. And last but not least, shared by Casper Network, they're a proud sponsor of Invest Cuffs in Poland, one of Europe's largest investment market industry events. So this took place yesterday, so we'll have to see if there have been any recordings uploaded. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Huge thank you to all that hit the like button and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.